Hello and welcome to an Elder Scrolls Online stream. I've done it again. That's like 3 streams in a row. I need to stop, or maybe don't pause. I might as well pause it. This is Elder Scrolls Online. I've just finished the main quest. It's my birthday. I've got the Morrowind chapter, and we're gonna play it. I know I'm a bit late. Somerset just released on consoles the other day and on PC a few weeks ago, but I've only just been able to reinstall ESO a few weeks ago, so I was just getting the main quest out of the way. I got Morrowind when I pre-ordered Somerset. I thought that's probably going to be a pretty cheap deal, that's not going to be around again, so I'm going to do Morrowind first, because I've heard the story the story kind of goes along through Clockwork City to Somerset, which, like, I don't know how much story goes across. Maybe it's just, like, loosely linked, maybe it's heavily linked. Either way, I was just going to do it in order anyway. So, this is Morrowind, and then I'm going to do Clockwork City, and then I'm going to do Somerset. I'm not going to stream all of it. This isn't the beginning of a series. This is just me checking it out for the first time. I might continue to stream it as I go along, but who knows. So this is obviously my main character. I'm a level 40 sorcerer, and I haven't followed any of the advised builds, because that wasn't a thing back when I started playing. I just have my own setup, but I think it works pretty well. But you'll have to excuse me if it's an inefficient setup for a character. But this is Morrowind. This is Seydanine. You might recognise it from Morrowind the game from Elder Scrolls 3, of which I'll say I've only played like the first half an hour of. Like, I've done a tutorial and I've run around Seydanine a little bit. Unfortunately, that's all I've done, so this isn't going to have as much of an effect on me as maybe some other people. I'm not going to be going, wow, this is this area, kind of a thing. Although I do have the Cyrodiil DLC as well, so I just basically bought all the DLCs today, apart from the dungeon ones, which I don't see the point of. Okay, so this is a start. Okay, firstly, Divine Conundrum. I don't remember. I think it's just like a letter or something. That's the wrong thing to look at. Where's mail gone? Journal. So I received a letter from Canon Levuel, that's a horrible name, inviting me to travel to Morrowind so I can be introduced to Lord Vivec. He said to find him outside the town of Seydanine. Captain Janasa can take me there from Daggerfall, Davenswatch, or Volgolgard. I need to travel to the road outside Seydanine and locate Canon of Valassat and a wounded Bayonet Armiger. So basically, hey, go do the DLC, that's what that quest amounts to. And yeah, I'll be listening to the story and everything as well, because this is my first time playing this, but let's make a start. I'm just going to double check my stream before I do anything. On my phone, that is. Okay. We're good. We're good? Are we good? Are we good? Okay. We're good. We're good. Past Christian says we're good. Current Christian says we're good. I'm just paranoid ever since I did that stream where I was muted the entire time. Alright.
Forgive me, Outlander, but I have enough to deal with. I'm just a simple tribunal priest, and the trouble at the ancestral tomb was too much for even our buoyant armiger to deal with. I have failed Lord Vivec, and left a colleague alone at the tomb.
What happened at the ancestral tomb?
Lord Vivec sent the 3 of us to seek guidance at the Andrano ancestral tomb. We were attacked when we got there, and our guard was seriously hurt. I managed to get to safety, but we failed to complete the mission Lord Vivec bestowed upon us.
3 of you? You mentioned another priest.
Canon Levuel. He remained behind after we retreated from the tomb. I know he wants to get back inside and ask Lord Vivec's questions, but there's no way he can get past the Daedra, or ask the questions on his own. May the 3 grant him wisdom.
I can go to the tomb and help that guy who's got a terrible name. I'm gonna go do that.
What's wrong? Someone help!
Why, the 3! First a wounded armiger, now this!
By dawn and dusk, evil creeps through the shadows of my beloved Vardenfell. But an outlander arrives to aid my people, just as I have foreseen.
Those words, what do they mean?
What happened?
Merciful Azura, the Mother Soul spoke through you. It's a miracle!
Fucking Daedra, man. They won't leave me alone. I just finished the main quest. I just beat the shit out of Molag Bal. More fucking Daedra. I guess Azira's a nice one at least.
Lord Vivek, protect me. That was Azura, the queen of the night sky. And you, she spoke directly to you, Outlander.
Sure did.
I'm surprised the Daedric prince would risk Lord Vivek's wrath to proclaim a prophecy. But she did say you were here to aid us.
So what the sweet roll just happened to you?
The Daedric Prince Azura possessed that woman and spoke through her. I've heard of such occurrences, of course, but to witness such an event... She said evil creeps through the land. I wonder if it has anything to do with what we saw at the tomb.
Tell me more about your mission at the tomb.
We sought guidance in a matter that concerns Lord Vivek. I
Yeah,
received specific questions.
I'm back. I just got my friend Joy just delivered me chocolates for my birthday. That's so sweet. Oh man, I'm happy. I'm gonna get so fat. So many chocolates. Holy shit. Delicious. Delicious. It's a good birthday. Shall we go back to saving Morrowind?
Lord Vivek, protect
Right.
me.
What happened here?
The Daedric
Tell me more about
princess-
mission number 2.
We sought guidance in a matter that concerns Lord Vivek. I received specific questions to ask while Levoul concentrated on summoning his ancestor. The Daedra ruined those plans when they fell upon Urnsey, and we were forced to flee.
Yep, I'll be with you in a minute. Dark Elf Lady, I'm sure you're very important. Hang on. Just forgot to bring all my stream stuff back up. There we go. Right, so Vivek wanted you to check out a tomb for some reason. Received specific questions to ask. Daedra ruined his plans, and then they hurt that guy. Okay. Daedra?
Vile creatures from oblivion.
I know what they are.
You hear about an odd ghost or a nest of vampires, but never Daedra. Please, if they're still there, they'll rip Canon Levoul apart. He's definitely not a warrior. Just look at what they did to the buoyant armiger.
Was a buoyant armiger?
The buoyant armigers comprise one of the military orders of the Tribunal Temple. They seek to emulate Lord Vivek's deeds through actions and words. Poor Urnsey. Those monsters went straight for her. Her blood flowed like lava from Red Mountain.
Red Mountain?
Where are you from? Children learn of Red Mountain before they even taste Flynn.
I'm actually
The
from here.
mountain sits at the center of Vardenfell, periodically rumbling like a sleeping Nyx shaking its leg. Lately, however, it seems to be waking from its long slumber.
Yeah, so my character's a dark elf, if you forgot, because we've been stuck in this dialogue screen for so long. So it's kind of weird, but I guess they need to account for everyone, and most people aren't going to be dark elves. Tell me more about Azura.
Azura is the cruel but wise Daedric Prince of Dawn and Dusk. She's one of the good Daedra, for what that's worth. But for her to speak through an innocent means something terrible is about to happen. Why else would she dare Lord Vivek's wrath?
Lord Vivek and Azura don't get along?
What do they teach you where you come from? Lord Vivek's a living god! Azura is merely the anticipation of Sothasil. Vivek stands as the present and the future, while Azura clearly represents Vardenfell's past. So no, they don't get along.
It's like that Charles Dickens story, I understand. Anyway, who's Lord Vivek? She's going to shout at me for this.
You don't know Lord Vivek, one of the living gods of the Dunmer Tribunal.
I actually
You
do.
must be new to our land, Outlander.
I'm not.
But there's no time. Canon Levoul remain behind. He needs help if he's going to get inside the tomb and ask Vivek's questions.
Vivek's a living god?
Yes, one of the god monarchs of Morrowind. He's the warrior poet who lives in a grand palace in Vivek City.
Can't wait to see it.
Lord Vivek sent us on this holy mission to request information from Canon Levoul's ancestor. It breaks my heart that I have failed him.
I'm actually really interested in meeting Vivek in this game because he wasn't, well, from none of the quests I've seen, he wasn't in the base game. Alright, so I don't know if we should pick up this quest as well. The one that's over here, I don't know if that's going to lead into what we're doing because we need to go over here. And that road goes that way, so I'm just going to ignore it for now and come back to it later. So normally I play in third person, but when I enter cities and towns and buildings and stuff, I go into first person. Just because it's more immersive and stuff. Oh, I can't stop burping. Gross. Is that a house? There's a house on the compass over there, but I'm guessing it's not a player-owned one, because player-owned ones show up on the map. Unless you have to find it to unlock the ability to buy it.
Those monsters, it's too dangerous. What am I going to do?
Aw, you sound so upset.
Did Canon Valasar send you?
Oh, she did, didn't she?
That means she made it to Sedanin. Vivek be praised. Will you help me complete my mission? It would be sacrilege if I don't enter my family's tomb and make Lord Vivek's inquiries.
Of course I'll help you. You sound so upset.
As the saints declare, the tribunal always provides. We'll need to be cautious, however. Daedra invaded the tomb. Makes it hard to talk to one's ancestors while monsters try to eat you. I'll also need your help when we reach the summoning chamber.
What kind of help? Is it the kind of help? Oh no, my balloon just detached from my... Alright, that's just gonna be floating on the ceiling for a hot sec then. Ah, I don't want it to pop. Hang on, stream. Hang on, let me bring it down. Tied around my bed. Joey's wonderful gift also came with a helium balloon that says happy birthday. Which is pretty sweet. Can't let that just go pop. That would make me sad. I'm awful at tying knots, stream. Oh, this has been a weird stream so far, hasn't it? I think I just undid it. That's not how knots work. Okay, there we go. That seems pretty tightly wound. Anyway, what kind of help did you need again?
Take this scroll with Lord Vivek's inquiries. While I summon forth my ancestor spirits and concentrate on maintaining the connection, you must ask the questions. He insists we use the exact phrasing. We can go inside when you're ready.
I'd like to ask a few questions before we enter the tomb.
I've already lost precious time due to the buoyant armager's wounds, but I suppose a few more moments won't make the volcano erupt or the moonlit fall from the sky or anything. What else can I tell you, my friend?
Why does Lord... Boom! Oops, you were wrong. The volcano's gone. Why does Lord Vivek want you to contact your ancestor?
I'm not quite sure, and it wasn't my place to ask. When your living god gives you a task, you say, "Yes, my lord." The questions seem to involve the time before the tribunal, which I assume is why we must ask them of my long-dead ancestor.
Speaking of your long-dead ancestor...
A few of my contemporaries can boast of a luminary such as Farina Andrino occupying a prime branch upon their family tree.
I understood some of his words.
Lady Farina studied at the feet of Sothasil, and was counted among his companions before the tribunal rose to power.
Okay, so the tribunal is Almalexia, Vivek, and Sothasil. They're the three living god rulers of the tribunal who are the leaders of the Dark Elves. Who's Sothasil? I just fucking answered that question, but... Okay.
Who's Sothasil? It's like asking who are Vivek and Almalexia. They are the tribunal, the living gods of the
I
Dunmer.
should just let him explain.
Sothasil is the architect of time and the binder of oblivion. If you want to know more, we can talk after we've finished.
Tell me about the creatures in the tomb.
Well, I can tell you why they weren't here the last time I paid my respects. Canon Valasa thinks they're some kind of Daedra, determined to keep us from fulfilling Lord Vivek's will. Until you showed up, I wasn't sure what I was going to do.
Alright, let's do this.
Before we go in there and face those monsters, I want you to know how much I appreciate your aid in this matter. Just don't lose the scroll that contains Lord Vivek's questions. Now come, let's call forth my ancestor. I'll open the tomb door.
Lead the way.
Follow me, but keep an eye out for those Daedra.
It's basically we're off to help it to ask his ancestors some questions and note down the answers. How's red around? They're the guys who were on the Solsback Island. Dragon Lord
Careful.
DLC.
The creatures attacked as soon as we entered the Hall of Remembrance.
Alrighty. I wonder if this is similar to what it looked like in actual Morrowind. I'm gonna guess yes, because it has kind of a square design. I'm gonna guess they've kind of lifted the... I'm gonna guess they've lifted the dungeon out. But then again... What is that noise? Oh, I didn't see those guys. Then again, they didn't exactly do that for some of the Skyrim games. I think the dungeons are a bit different. Which way am I going? This way. Oh, did I read the map then? I did. So yeah, my one is my basic charge blast. 2 is a lightning attack, which does more damage. Ooh. which does more damage if they're at low health. 3 is a lightning thing I can cool down and do damage over time. 4 is a heal that takes
This
stamina.
used to be such a peaceful place. I came here as a young acolyte to meditate.
And 5 is my Twilight Tormentor. I don't know actually what happens when I press it again. Like, she either does more damage or takes aggro. Like tanks for me. I don't know which of the two. Maybe both. Oh, come on, die already. That's weird. He had like no health, and then I hit him, and he still didn't die. What's going on? I guess I could just stand still. I'm always dodging around. It's just kind of habit when I play games like Fortnite. Also, I think it's because normally when you play WoW you can't move as you spellcast, so it's a nice change. Am I going the right way? Oh, I guess that's the shortcut back at the end, okay. Is that guy okay? Ow! Where did all these danger come from? Give me that gold. It all adds up. Even if you're not a thief, you're gonna want lockpicks. Like, there's chests out in the world. Thought that was an enemy.
We're nearly there. Then we can summon my ancestor. The summoning chamber. I'll call forth my ancestor, then you can ask Vivek's questions.
Hasn't my rest been disturbed enough by those filthy Daedra? Why do you summon me, descendant?
My Lord Vivek has inquiries that only you can answer, my lady. My companion will present them with your permission.
The warrior poet? Very well. Ask Vivek's questions. Ask the warrior poet's questions, Outlander.
Lord Vivek asks, the heart of the world, key to ascension. Should I be filled with apprehension?
Ah, Lord Vivek always had a way with words. Tell him to rest assured. The heart remains safe. I wonder why that concerns him. Ask the remaining questions as my time here is short.
Lord Vivek asks, has the enemy of old returned so devious and bold?
An enemy of old, yes. But not the one that Vivek presumes.
Lord Vivek asks, did Sothasil in his unending crusade know our divinity would shrivel and fade?
Sothasil imagined multiple scenarios and contemplated endless solutions. He even experimented with his divinity, drawing energy to study before returning it. Loss will come, he foresaw, but not until the collapse of the temple. Now, back to sleep.
Good night.
I hope that's what Lord Vivek needed. Let's talk outside.
I do like this tomb. It looks pretty cool.
thank you for helping me complete my task. Now, I need to return to Vivec City. Have you been there? It's amazing. Ziggurats rising out of the water, the moonlit hanging in the sky above. Hey, you should meet me there so I can introduce you to Lord Vivec.
Yes, fucking please. I mean, did you understand what your ancestor told us?
Just between us, I understood neither the questions asked nor the answers received. Not that I expected you. Some things aren't meant for mortal minds. That's another reason for you to come to Vivec City, to help me explain what my ancestors said.
I can help recount what happened here.
Excellent. I just need to make a quick stop in Seydanin to check on my original traveling companions. When you get to Vivec City, head right to the palace and I'll meet you there. I know that Lord Vivec will want to reward you for assisting me.
I'll meet you in Vivec City.
I'll be along shortly. When you get to Vivec City, head directly for Lord Vivec's palace. Once there, I'll make introductions and we can tell the warrior poet everything we've learned.
You said I could ask you more about the tribunal after we finished your mission.
Of course. As I said, the tribunal consists of our 3 living gods, Vivec, Almalexia, and Sothosil. They lead us in spiritual matters and rule over Dunmere society as god monarchs of the Dark Elves. I serve Vivec, but honor the entire tribunal.
Do all Dark Elves follow the tribunal?
Unfortunately, no. The Dunmer houses bow to the tribunal, but the savage Ashlanders refuse to acknowledge their divinity. The heretics never allowed themselves to be assimilated into the great houses. Instead, they hold to primitive superstitions.
Ashlanders. Is he talking about the Stonefalls guys? Weird. Alright, so our quest is to go all the way to Vivec City down here. I feel like I kind of skipped Seydanin now, so I am going to go back and see what that quest was about. I'll see if there's any in Seydanin proper. Well, unless there's quest. Oh, hello.
Outland. By order of the Deputy Governor of Seydanin, which happens to be me, the lighthouse is closed until further notice. On the other hand, I seek an outlander who's willing to do a little work.
What kind of work are you talking about?
I need someone without ties to the area to look into a matter for me. It seems the lighthouse was broken into. The flame was extinguished. As a result, a ship crashed along the shore. There were fewer bodies than expected, both living and dead.
You want me to figure out who put out the flame?
I suspect slavers were involved, which means they had help here in town. I find that unacceptable. Discover who doused the lamp fire. They'll lead us to the slavers. Question Delms, who was on duty that night. He's in the lighthouse.
I'll talk to him.
I need to check in with the overseer. His workers are searching the wreckage, and I want to know what they've uncovered.
Did you find any survivors from the crash?
By the time we were alerted and had organized a response, precious moments had been lost. We rescued a few, but mostly we found those who had drowned or were crushed on the rocks. Even so, it was nowhere near the numbers a ship like that carries.
Is there anything I should know about a ship that crashed?
It was just a typical sailing ship from the mainland. I suppose it carried the usual complement of cargo and travelers eager to reach our verdant shores. I don't believe that such a vessel would make the trip without filling its holds. Damn slavers.
Why do you suspect slavers?
Ever since our agreement with the Pact went into effect, slavery has been outlawed throughout most of Morrowind. But all we did was drive the slavers into the shadows. This whole stinking event has their bloody fingerprints all over it.
So slavery is illegal here? Asking for a friend.
Here, and in all of the territories controlled by the great houses that support the Ebonheart Pact. If you stray into
That was a horrible
Telvanni or
joke.
Dres territory, though, the practice remains strong and vibrant. Hence my current troubles.
Tell me about Seydanin.
We're just a small outpost along the Bitter Coast, but I like to think of us as the gateway to Vardenfell. From here, Vivec City and the other inland locations are easily accessible. Governor O'Melian is in charge, although I contribute as necessary.
So, the Dogma, Dark Elves used to enslave the Argonians, you know, lizard people. And it's only recently, in this game, because this is second era, that stopped happening. I wonder why she needed an Outlander to do this. Oh, we are high.
Halt! No one's allowed up here.
Deputy Governor Salvi asked me to look into the shipwreck. I'll have you know.
She asked you to... an outlander? Isn't it enough she stuck me up here to guard the flame indefinitely, but now she's looking for help outside the house guard? What else can I expect after what happened the other night?
Tell me what happened.
Finland sent a barrel of his finest ale for Watch Captain Bethes's birthday. Powerful stuff. One cup and we could barely keep our eyes open. The entire regiment was knocked on its collective arse. When I came to my senses, I saw that the fire had gone out.
So you don't know who put out the flame?
Look, once I heard the crash along the shore, it was all I could do to get moving and raise the alarm. Cherish's water loves to loiter near the lighthouse. Maybe she noticed something. If you're intent on doing your job, you should talk to her.
It's Argonian time. Anything worth getting? No, it's all stealing. My character's not a thief, but I'm going to make one who is soon. Because I've got Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood, so I'm going to make an Assassin Thief soon. So I want to experience the DLC, but I don't want to force my character into a role that doesn't make sense.
Well?
Do you mind? Your dirty foot coverings are contaminating my pond.
Were you here the night of the shipwreck? Did you see anyone near the lighthouse that night?
So direct you are. Makes my tongue wither and the answers dry up in my mouth. Go and bother someone else with your parching questions.
The Deputy Governor can ask you instead.
No! There's no need to involve the governor's deputy or the house guard. When they start breathing down my neck, my scales shrivel right up. I did notice someone near the lighthouse that night.
Who was it?
You keep asking the wrong question. I did not see anyone that night. I felt them. They made ripples in the water. I felt them stop by the tree that overlooks my pond. Then they moved off towards the lighthouse. Look to the tree, moist one.
And you never bothered to check it out?
I prefer my waters to remain still, calm. Prying causes ripples, and ripples lead to more dry questions.
Right, I'll leave you to your weird water fetish. My golden child, your shrouding of the light proved a great boon to our holy plans. We led the pirate ship into the rocks and freed those unjustly imprisoned. The drugged guard slipped through it all, just as we ordained. Do not be concerned over the loss of life. The innocent survived and the wicked perished. Look upon your reward. Look upon your just reward included with this message and be at peace. You shall know us by the phrase. The ending of the words is Alm Civi. That sounds familiar, Alm Civi. Time to quiz some minds.
Not now, citizen. I'm up to my armpits in problems today.
The ending of the words is Alm Civi.
Really, Outlander, it's commendable that you're trying to learn our ways, but the words of the tribunal just sound silly when you say them like that. I suggest you stick to sightseeing and leave the religion to us.
It's weird playing this as a dark elf because I feel like I should know most of these things. I guess I could come from Stonefalls though, so maybe that's different enough. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Are you an orc? Oh, that's a nice change of pace.
If you're traveling north and west, watch out for Ashlanders. House Redoran says they're savages. North and east, that's House Telvanni territory. They're crazy old wizards, a lot of them. And slavers to boot. Either way you go, watch yourself.
I remember House Talvani from Stonefalls just being like, this damn pact outlawing slavery, it's kind of annoying. I'm like, oh, I don't like you. Anyway, the ending of the words is Almcivi.
That's a good one. That tribunal nonsense is almost as funny as some of the things I heard in Hrothgar. Say, if you want to get together later, I know a couple of body stories that I'd love to share.
I still have no idea what this means then. While I'm here, I'll see if I've got any trash to sell. Get rid of that. I've got these 2 really good healing staffs. I guess I'll keep one for like my secondary weapon. This is one I got for finishing the Cold Harbor story. So it's better than this one. And this one is better, but it's also a green. So I'll get rid of it. This one I'm gonna sell. Even though it has sentimental value. Don't really have enough inventory space in this game to hold on to sentimental value things. That's medium, heavy, white. Don't need poison. I was gonna... oh, I can't use that from my inventory, that's annoying. Probably don't need effusions anymore. Whoops. I should probably destroy this. Let's see, don't need husks. That's about that. Alrighty then. See, this is a good quest to get you just poking around the town of Seydonin, because it's the first place you visit in the Elder Scrolls
won't
3.
shut up about you.
Who the hell said that? Was that you?
Welcome to our
Nope.
shop. Feel free to look around.
The ending of the words is Almcivi.
Keep it down. We don't want to attract undue attention. But what happened? I thought I was supposed to go to the drop. You didn't come all this way just to give me my reward, did you?
I have your reward.
Already? Let me see. Oh, it's beautiful. I love working for the tribunal. It's so much better than trying to earn a living as a thief in Vivec City. But where's your helmet? I've never seen an ordinator out of uniform before.
An ordinator had you sabotaged the lighthouse?
Oh, right. We're not supposed to talk about ordinators in the tribunal in such a public place. But it feels good to be doing holy work for a change. And such a simple task, snuffing out the lighthouse flame. I mean, Almcivi is the ending of words.
And the ending of the words is Almcivi. Wait.
Welcome to our shop.
How
Feel
did
free to
you
look
get
around.
past the guards?
Oh, that was easy. I put a sleeping draught in the ale they ordered for Watch Captain Bethes's birthday. The guards were unconscious within the hour. I hope I can be of service again. For the tribunal.
I have no idea what's going on. I think she was tricked into doing something by a corrupted ordinator. Or a Daedra disguised as an ordinator. Still have no idea what that Almcivi bullshit means though.
Unfortunately, the wreck of the vessel provided no additional clues. Were you able to discover anything during your investigation?
Maurice Rofrano says the tribunal hired her to extinguish the lighthouse lamp.
The young woman who works with the grocer. I doubt the tribunal would ask her to do something so reckless. Do you have any proof other than her word?
I found this note in a hollow tree, along with a ruby that was her payment.
This is disturbing. This parchment feels just like the sheets that Governor Aurelian's special orders from High Rock. I'm going to need you to acquire another sample from the governor's office. It's the only way to be certain.
Can't you just ask the governor to give you a few sheets?
Not if I don't want him to know I suspect that he's working with the slavers, or the tribunal, though I still consider that to be some sort of fabrication. No, if I alert him too soon, he'll just cover his tracks.
So you want me to steal paper from the governor's office?
Not the office. He keeps it in his private quarters, accessed through the guardhouse.
Oh, that's right then.
I'd never suggest that you sneak into his quarters and steal a blank sheet of his special parchment. That would be against the law. Do you understand me?
I understand. I'll get another sheet of parchment from the governor's private quarters. Oh, I'm real subtle. So this is, by the way, where, if you've never played Morrowind, this is where you come and then create your character. And then that building there is like where you go for your tutorial and stuff. I can ask someone else to steal the parchment, that's interesting. Wait, was this not the building? Okay. Also, this guy is a predecessor to the... He's like the ancestor to the guy who sits in this chair in actual Morrowind. Because me and my friend were comparing the two games side by side the other day. So I've been here, but I haven't actually done any of the quests or done anything here. And I've only really looked at Seydanine. Alright, so I guess it's in here. Or would the governor not... No, this is not where... Where's the governor? Fucking hell. Oh! Nope. What did that say? Trespass. Oh, I don't want to do this. I'm not much of a sneaky person. I've never really been stealthy in this game. But okay. I don't like this. He's up there. Where's the paper? I just realised the reason why none of these types of quests are in the main game is because this entire crime system didn't exist until they patched it in. Wait, what does that say? I don't have time to read that. Where's the damn paper? It's upstairs, isn't it? How am I gonna get this? Oh, is it this? Nope. He's just up there, though. He's just... There's no way I can sneak past him, is there? Is there? So he detected me but didn't give a shit. Why is that highlighted? Oh, hiding spot. Oh, that's interesting. I like this. Here's the problem though. When's he gonna come back? Because he was stood here for a long time. Man, this is getting me hyped for my Thieves Guild character, if I'm honest. Right, I'm guessing I can do this. Problem is, sneaking uses stamina, as you can see in the bar at the bottom. Pay no attention to the flying... Shit. Get me out of here. I did it! I'm a master thief. Oh no. That hurt. Oh well. Read the unfinished report. Oh! Oh, motherfucker. Let's do it again then. Shit, 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 shit. But yeah, if you stealth everywhere, then you run out of stamina. Which I think is kind of weird, but then, like I said, I haven't played a stealthy character before, so... Also, I'm used to Skyrim's stealth system, so I don't know quite how different this one is. Alright, let's do this again. Wait. The quest marker's telling me to go outside again. I thought it was telling me to come inside, like there's an unfinished report in here. What? Am I just a massive idiot? You think the Twilight Tormentor would tip him off? So, here... Oh, it's here. Okay. I appreciate your concern, Overseer. My ship's made an exhaustive sweep of the coastline and Firemoth Island and found no evidence of slaver activity. Shipwreck was an unfortunate accident, nothing more. As for the other matter, I must entreat. When it keeps saying detected like that, I wonder if it's talking about my Twilight Tormentor. Like it's just a... Oh, hey, nothing suspicious to see here, don't you worry. That is one big orc.
Back again? So tell me, you didn't do anything unlawful now, did you?
Here's a parchment. Also, there was a report that Firemoth Island was free of slaver activity.
That's odd. We haven't done a search of Firemoth Island since Governor O'Melian declared that the House Guard was better used patrolling farther up the coast. And these parchment sheets definitely match. This is very disturbing.
Think the governor is working with the slavers?
What I think doesn't matter. We need evidence. But we also need to launch a rescue. Slavery is illegal in Pact territory. It's time to visit Firemoth Island. Hopefully, somewhere along the way we'll find more proof of Governor O'Melian's ties to all of this.
Let's go to Firemoth Island.
Attack before the soldiers have been assembled? That's not a prudent course of action. We need to muster our forces, make plans and contingencies, unlock the armory. What was that?
A light flared and illuminated the lighthouse.
That's a distress signal, and it came from Firemoth Island. No time to prepare. We have to rescue the slavers' prisoners.
Call out your soldiers. I'll take the ship and head to the inland.
Soldiers,
to the island.
Ships. We sail for Firemoth Island.
I'm just gonna take this ship, huh? Just gonna... I've never done this before. I've never sailed before. My character is pretending they know what they're doing, but they really don't. I think it turns out okay though. What a story is for flying rock. This is an entirely different area. Pardon me. Oh, you're annoying. Time to die. Hey, buddy.
I'm free, thanks to you.
Yep, that's the situation. That is what is occurring at this moment.
You arrived in the nick of time.
Where even am I? So this is just off the coast here, is it? Ah, okay. There's a slave over there, right? Not just being dumb. Yeah, it is. Oh, you're a baddie. Rip.
Set it ablaze!
I like stopped walking in a split second before she hit me. And I think there's one more over there. Or is this just me searching for evidence? No, there's one over here, I'm sure. Is there? Nope. If you can read this, make sure the rest of the queue hear this and understands. There's a Morag Tong writ with my name on it. I suspect our confederate in Sadanine's feet have grown cold. Okay, I thought that didn't make sense, but it does. Well, we'll deal with Governor Romelian and his treachery soon enough. And if I'm wrong about the Governor, if instead one of you hopes to advance your station by having me assassinated, then come and face me. The crew deserves an honourable leader, not backstabbing scum. Captain Svartstar. Alright, I need to save one more dude. Here's one more dude. Get saved.
I can't believe it. Free.
Yep, believe it. It's true. Larger homes can generally hold more items and collectibles. Gee, is it because they're larger and they have more room? Thanks for the hint. I guess there's probably an item limit anyway. Houses cost so much in this game.
My associate will be here soon. Patience, Governor. I informed the Governor that the captives we rescued from Firemoth Island are safe and sound. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
I found this note on the island.
This note, along with the other evidence you uncovered, clearly implicates the Governor as working with the slavers. Well done. You have provided a great service to Sadanine. I'll take it from here.
Yeah, that seems good.
Well, I suppose we're done here. I have a silt strider waiting.
No. Governor O'Melian, I am placing you under arrest for promoting slavery in Pact territory.
How dare you accuse me of such a thing? You have no proof.
A note on your parchment, which led to the sabotage of the lighthouse and a shipwreck off our coast. A letter naming you as the slaver captain's partner. Do you deny your involvement?
That proves nothing. I'll have you hanged for this.
The documents you requested, Deputy Governor.
And your report to Vivek City claiming Firemoth Island to be free of slaver activity, written before we eradicated the slaver base.
Delms, you can't believe these blatant lies about me.
My duty is clear. Traitor.
Secure him!
Yes, Governor Salvi.
Get fucked! See, we checked and the person sitting at this desk was not... Well, he wasn't their ancestor, and I think I know why now. Right, that's Sadinine done, I believe. Yep. They were like, hey, let's do slavery. And we were like, no, slavery bad. Don't do that. The end. Now, I believe the quest status over here might lead me in a different direction. And the main quest of this DLC is probably more interesting than just random quests around the place, so I'll come back to it. Let's find Vivek's palace. Ew. Cliff Striders look weird. To be fair, a lot of stuff here looks weird. Morrowind is like the most unique environment I think I've ever seen in a fantasy game. alien land. Well, this is Vivek City. Looks like... Oh, I remember hearing about this. It's still under construction. Whereas in the Elder Scrolls 3, it's obviously complete. That's cool. I wonder if this is a capital. I think it is. Capital of Vardenfell. I wonder if we ever unlock a more complete version of the island. Well, it's not an island, but... I'm getting some frame drops around here. Well, not frame drops, but I'm getting like 30 frames instead of 60. That happens in a lot of capital cities, though, to be fair. St. Delen Penthouse. Okay. So there is a house available for sale here. But it's not on the map. Normally they're on the map. It's weird. I want to check this out. Oh wow, look at this place. This place looks hella swish. This isn't a player-owned house, but this is just... Dude. I like it in here. Yeah, Morrowind had some very cool design. I watched a Bethesda documentary recently. It's a crowdfunded one and it's really good. I highly recommend it if you play Bethesda games. Like, I'm so glad I saw it. Can't give it high enough praise really, but they talk about how Morrowind was like their last hope kind of thing, so they just put everything they had into it. Like, this is the RPG they wanted to make and they weren't going to get another chance to make it, so they just made it. And that's why it's so alien and weird and cool. And then Oblivion is... Why can't I find the entrance to this penthouse? It's just kind of like in between. Anyway, and then Oblivion was made more because they put Morrowind on console as like an afterthought, and it did really well on console, so Oblivion was made to be more of a console-friendly, more widely welcoming, traditional medieval style fantasy. And then Skyrim was an attempt to break away from that again, but with more of like a recognisable fantasy once again. Is it me or did I float down? That was weird. Maybe the entrance is here. I know it says penthouse, so you'd expect it to be up high, but that's as high as it can go, really. I just want to solve a mystery of where the hell the entrance to this penthouse is. Bear with. Because... Right, are there stairs up any higher? I want to figure this place out. Okay, I'll do this later on my own time. Let's play the game. Oh no, there is a way up to the top. I bet I have to go inside. Nope, screw this, I'm figuring this out. Because for a while now I've been wondering if you can buy player-owned houses in the DLC. And this looks like one, but it's not appearing on the world map for some reason. So how do I get up to the top? I must know. Do I go through here? Up I can't. Now the symbol isn't coming up on my map at all. What's going on? I'm still in the same section as I was before, right? Yeah. Okay, here we go. St. Delen Penthouse. What the fuck? Maybe you have to do some things first and then you can go through here? Nope, there's another floor up there. Okay, how do I get up there? Is there a thing here? I'm gonna figure this out. stairs in here somewhere going up. No, these are all the stairs and they're all going down. Maybe in the Fighters Guild? Cool, we got stairs going down. That's what I'm after. Oh, we have to figure this out later. I just want to preview the penthouse and see what it's like because I really like the architecture in these places. Also, I have 1,100 crowns left over, and I should save them for future DLC, but I kind of want to maybe search for a house. I don't know how much houses cost. Crown ones, anyway. Vivek City Furnishing. Who's gonna sell me shit?
What is it?
Furniture, that's what it is. Oh, hello! These go up. But there's no way down. There's no way out, even.
Do not worry about it.
Ooh. Oh, look at this. You can buy loads of, like... Morrowindy looking furniture. Oh, 22,500 for a mushroom? Christ. I should probably repair my shirt. Houses are expensive. Right, let's get out of here. No more changing my mind. My adventure through Vivek City is officially over. I'm now going to continue doing quests. For those of you who were frustrated by the distraction. If I can remember how to get out of this place. Right. Oh no. Oh no. How the hell do I get out of here? Oh no. Please tell me there's a way up somewhere. Please tell me I can interact with that ladder to get up. If you're watching the VOD, just scrub ahead to a place where I'm doing quests. God's sake. You gonna let me up? Oh, thank God. They foresaw this. They knew people were gonna be dumbasses. If this game could stop lagging, that'd be wonderful. Is there another way shrine here? 2-way shrines in one city. That's kind of weird. Man, how many stairs does Vivek need? Does he want everyone to be fucking exhausted when they reach him?
Praise Vivek!
Yeah, praise Vivek, I know. Dude's probably pretty cool. Where is he?
This is the person who helped me at the tomb, my lord.
Lord Vivek, we don't need the help of this outlander.
Excuse me?
Oh, hush, Archcanon Tarvis. Outlanders have their usefulness, and this one intrigues me. As you say.
I'm a dark elf.
If you need me.
I'm a dark elf, maybe show some respect.
Step forward, friend of Laboul, and let us speak.
Hey Vivek.
Canon Level says you helped him in his mission. As I have written, the one who helps my ally becomes my friend.
You look weird.
Despite the Archcanon's concerns, I greet you with sincerity and pose a simple question. Will you assist us further, Outlander?
What kind of help do you need, Lord Vivek?
I have ordinators and armigers at my disposal. Vast armies of followers and dedicated priests. What I don't have, however, is a fresh perspective. Will you set aside your personal goals for a time and become the eyes and ears of a god?
Of course, Lord Vivek. I can provide a fresh perspective.
Good. I need assistance to investigate a strange phenomenon that the Ancestor confirmed may indeed be a problem. We'll start with a simple divination ritual. Archcanon Tarvis can tell you what we need to delve into this mystery.
I don't think that guy wants my help.
The situation that troubles me has taken a toll on my Archcanon, but he's a faithful servant. Tarvis will do as I say, and I say we need your assistance. Find the Archcanon in his office, and he'll tell you how to proceed.
When I first arrived, I saw a vision of Azura.
The Daedric Prince?
Yep, that one.
I suppose the same events that concern me might interest Azura, though she could just as easily be the source of these troubles. Red Mountain, strange Daedra, and then there's... well, we'll talk more about that when you return.
Was what the Ancestor said helpful? Did I do good?
Levoul's Ancestor assured me that a source of power remains safe. As for the rest, let the guess ripen in the mind, and only speak when the fruit grows certain. I require more information on these matters, hence the need for the divination ritual.
Sounded angry then. Touchy touchy. Right, let's go find this bastard. Down the steps we go. All of them. So many of them. Just because you can float Vivek doesn't mean everyone else can, okay? Show some bloody consideration. Man, this city is so cool though. It has got a very Bethesda vibe to it, because obviously it was originally made by Bethesda. I like it. Yeah.
Ah, Outlander. Lord Vivek trusts too much to put his faith in one such as you. But who am I to question my god? I suppose he sent you to me so I could put you to work? Did he say which task he wants us to accomplish first?
He said we needed to perform a divination ritual.
Ah, yes. We do need to perform a ritual to reveal the nature of the phenomenon that vexes Lord Vivek. Now listen closely. I hate to repeat myself. Despite my objections, Vivek believes you were sent to help, so I'll do my best to assist you. Go to the ziggurat that's still under construction, and tell the Overseer that Lord Vivek requires the Blessing Stone. Then bring it to me in the palace.
I'll go to the unfinished ziggurat, get a Blessing Stone, and meet with Vivek's palace.
You receive a simple errand in the service of Lord Vivek, and countless questions form unbidden in your mind. Very well. Go ahead. Ask your questions. It's not like I'm the busy archcanon of a living god or anything.
I mean, I didn't even say I had questions, but if you want to be a fucking psychic and then be a dick about it, sure, what's a Blessing Stone?
Ah, the ignorance of Outlanders. How refreshing.
I hate this guy.
The Blessing Stones serve as repositories for small amounts of Lord Vivek's power. They allow his favor to permeate sanctified locations. We need such a stone to power the divination ritual.
Can't Vivek perform the ritual without a Blessing Stone?
If you haven't guessed yet, the phenomenon interferes with Lord Vivek's power in unusual ways. It will be safer for everyone if I perform the ritual by using the Blessing Stone instead of drawing on my Lord's personal store of energy.
What does Lord Vivek hope to learn from the divination ritual?
Even if I told you, you wouldn't comprehend it.
Oh.
Lord Vivek's senses eclipse those of mere mortals. Suffice it to say, he feels a disturbance in the flow of energy throughout Vardenfell. He seeks to discover the source of that disturbance.
Vivek mentioned Red Mountain and danger. Do you think there's a connection?
Lord Vivek sees signs and portents everywhere. It's the poet at his core. I tend to be much more pragmatic. Sometimes a volcano is simply a volcano, and not a harbinger of doom. As for the Daedra, I have no idea. Perhaps the summoning got out of hand.
Have I offended you in some manner?
Offend me? You give yourself too much credit. No, I feel the same about all Outlanders. This is tribunal business, best handled by tribunal resources. However, I also obey my Lord Vivek, so I will tolerate your involvement and do my best to aid you.
Charming fellow. What's up here? What a weird bed. Can you shut up? I'm sick of hearing that humming everywhere I go. God damn. Alright. Wait, what? On moving Ebonheart. Okay, this is something I want to read because I noticed in this game Ebonheart is here. This is the city of Ebonheart here. But then in when Reese was looking at Elder Scrolls 3, Ebonheart was a place on the coast. So I want to read this. On moving Ebonheart. During a recent visit to the mainland, Lord Vivek became enthralled with the quaint and picturesque city of Ebonheart in Stonefalls, on the northern coast of Morrowind. He spent an inordinate amount of time within the confines of the city, wandering the streets and carefully examining all of the bridges and houses located therein. Truth be told, the visit put us behind schedule and made me extremely anxious about upholding the rest of our commitments before we returned. After remaining quietly at the warrior poet's side as he tenaciously studied every cobblestone and patch of thatch, filling his notebook with every notion and observation, the living god finally turned to me. Archcanon, Lord Vivek said, I am fascinated by this place. We must have one in Vardenfell. We must, my lord? I asked, trying to ascertain where the living god was going with this line of reasoning. I think that spot to the south of my city, Lord Vivek continued. Yes, that'll be a fine place to build my new Ebonheart. Build, my lord? I asked, still somewhat unsure of what was being asked of me. Build, move, whatever you think is best, Lord Vivek said. Have the cannons and Hlalu's engineers begin drawing up plans immediately. I can't wait to begin a new project. So there you have it. From the lips of our lord to your ears through the medium of his letter. I look forward to reviewing your ideas in, let us say, 3 months' time. In Lord Vivek's name, Archcanon Tarvis. So basically, the reason why, also south, Vivek City is as far to the south on Vardenfell as you can get, but the reason why, Ebonheart is in Stonefalls in ESO and then in Vardenfell in Elder Scrolls 3 is because Vivek was just like, I like it, let's move it over here. But I'm thinking maybe it was a continuity error originally, and that's just how they explain it in the lore, because that's how it sounds. That's funny. You'll have to excuse me for not focusing entirely on the main quest line. I'm exploring a little bit, because this is my first time here. I do like it here. Oh my god! What on earth? Gonna leave that well enough alone. You're very green. Sorry, just had to say it. Couldn't help but notice. That penthouse is still bothering me. How do I
Even
get
if you
there?
hadn't destroyed those shipments, I'm sure the tribunal would have stopped the plague before it reached Mournhold.
Fucking alright, sorry, Jesus. That's something I did in the base game. That's cool that they comment on that, actually. They're like, oh, we had it covered. It's like, okay. Sure you did, buddy. You weren't even programmed into the game back then, shut your mouth.
This project has been nothing but one disaster after another. How am I expected to get this ziggurat built on time when things constantly go wrong? Don't mind me. I'm just having one of those days.
I know how you feel. Archcanon Tarvis sent me. I need to borrow your blessing stone.
Our blessing stone? Do you know what happens if we give up our blessing stone? Well, neither do I, but I'm sure it won't put us back on schedule or end our string of disasters. I'm not one to disagree with the Archcanon, but that's a terrible idea.
Lord Vivek needs a blessing stone to perform a ritual.
Lord Vivek? Why didn't you say so? But I'll need your help before I can turn over the blessing stone. The passage that leads to the consecration chamber collapsed, trapping some of my workers. If you can clear the way, you can borrow the stone.
Sure.
I appreciate that.
Fast way of saying that.
Just remember that you're only borrowing the stone. It needs to be back in the consecration chamber before the next shift, or we'll never get this ziggurat constructed in time.
Okay. I'm excited to see what 2 DLCs that they're revealing at E3. I wonder if one of them's going to be based in the rest of Skyrim. because let's have a look at the world map real quick. So, what land is left to cover? So this is Eastmarch, which is an area in Skyrim, and I know they did a Horns of the Reach DLC, which is two. It's two dungeons. Is this them? I don't know, but it's two dungeons based in like other areas of Skyrim, I believe. Is it two dungeons? I don't know, but yeah, you've got Eastmarch, which has Windhelm in it, and you've got a Rift, which has Riften in it, as well as other areas and stuff. I've actually not finished that area. So this is the rest of Skyrim, although I think it's some of the rest of Skyrim. I think maybe some of that is still Hrothgar, but they could add a big section here of Skyrim. They could completely recreate Skyrim. I think that would be a good move, because they could do some interesting things there, and it would also bring in a larger audience. Although I think the game's doing pretty well for itself nowadays, if I'm honest. Craglorn, I'm interested in that place. I don't know if it's DLC. I don't think it is, because I think I've got all its own DLC. But it's got two dungeons here which are DLC that I don't have. Anyway, I'm getting off track. They could do Black Marsh. This is all Black Marsh, but Black Marsh is boring because it's a swamp. Let's not do Black Marsh, please. They could do some more Hammerfell stuff. I believe this is all Hammerfell that hasn't been touched. That'd be cool. Like, you've got a very small shoreline here for the Thieves Guild? Either the Thieves Guild or the Dark Brotherhood. What else could they do? Oh, this is Solstheim. They never touched Solstheim. There is an island somewhere. Bleak Rock Isle is where you start in Ebonheart Pact. But yeah, I guess they could do Solstheim, but it would be, like I said, one of the smaller DLCs, because this is like a chapter size. Somerset is another chapter size. Artaeum is part of Somerset. It's hard to gauge how big these are though, like Clockwork City here. It's another DLC. But it looks fairly empty. I think they're starting to run out of places, if I'm honest. I mean, there's this area here, which I guess is also part of Morrowind. I don't know anything about this region of land. And then there's an island off here. They could always do Akavir. I've never seen any Elder Scrolls content go to Akavir. Then they could always add lands and realms and stuff, but considering this takes place before any of the mainline games, they have to be careful with that a little bit. I guess they could also do some sort of story in Black Marsh, like maybe, I don't know how much Black Marsh lore there is, but maybe like there's an area before it becomes Black Marsh or something, and then it gets like destroyed or like marshified. They could always do that. But yeah, I'm curious to see what the DLCs are going to be. At this point, since they're running out of areas, I'd be a little surprised if one of them wasn't Skyrim. Or, I forget what the area is called, because it's Eastmarch and Riften. What's the area around Whiterun called? I don't remember. But basically that area, and then they could do another zone a little bit closer to where Solitude is. What was I doing? Right, this way. Rescue the workers. I've actually completely forgotten what's going on in this quest. Okay, so a chamber collapsed. I need to rescue the workers and then she'll give me the blessing stone. Okay. It is called City Under Construction. That was a good animation, wasn't it? I enjoyed that animation. I just kind of...
Thanks for saving me.
Just kind of put my hands out and dirt flecked out from beneath them. It's times like this that you want to play in third person. There we go. That looks better.
Thank you. I'll go tell the Overseer what you did for me.
Thank you for releasing me. And the blessing stone is up here. See, if I played Morrowind, this would be really cool, like seeing a building before it was completely created. Kind of makes me want to go back and play Morrowind, but the problem is, I started on Skyrim, so Oblivion is hard enough to play. I'm used to the creature comforts that Skyrim has. So that's why I didn't play much Morrowind, but I guess I could get used to it. I don't think they'll reveal Elder Scrolls 6 at E3. If there's any Elder Scrolls 6 related news at E3, it's just going to be that they're about to work on it, or that they've started working on it, and Bethesda don't tend to do those kinds of announcements, so I guess they could reveal the location, just to get people hyped about the game for the next few years while it's being developed, so it doesn't fall into obscurity, but I don't think Bethesda have to worry about that, to be honest. I do wonder if they're gonna announce some kind of remaster for Oblivion that a different team has been working on, or what's Tarvis doing on the way up here now? Okay. Or if maybe they've got a team to do like a side game, like Fallout New Vegas style. I'd totally be up for that. But it's not going to be Elder Scrolls 6. Hey buddy, where you going? Where you going?
The Outlander returns. I understand there was trouble at the construction site, but you were able to save a few of the workers. Lord Vivek always draws the straightest arrow from the quiver. Praise the tribunal. Did you bring the blessing stone?
Bloody hell. He doesn't give a shit, does he? Here it is.
Stand over there. In Canon Level's absence, you will form the third corner of our ritual triangle. When you're ready, place the blessing stone, and we'll begin the ritual.
Yeah, I know you guys like your triangles here in Vardenfell. In the triangle.
Hear the words of the warrior poet, and reveal the source of Lord Vivek's distress.
Not a very good triangle, is it? Maybe like put them a bit further back.
A clockwork mage. A Daedric cultist. Something interfered with the ritual, my lord. But we may have learned something. Excuse me while I compare the results to our previous research.
Alright, Vivek, what the hell is going on?
Between the cryptic warnings of the ancestor spirit and the unexpected result of the divination ritual, I fear there may be more astir than I imagined. We solved the greatest mysteries by accident, I suspect. I should write that down.
Something went wrong during the ritual. Did you learn what you hoped?
We learn from every action we take. Failure or success, each result teaches us something, at least in the larger sense. To be more specific, no, not as much as I hoped.
Maybe lead with that? I mean, sorry, Vivek, my lord. But there were images in the ritual.
Images that suggest avenues to investigate, riddles to solve. Let me tell you a secret, Outlander. It concerns a living god and energy that fades like daylight as dusk spreads across the land.
What?
Listen well, and speak not a word. My divine energy, it drains away.
Uh-oh.
Whether from illness or foul malady, I know not. You must travel the land and seek answers on my behalf. But first, gratitude before service, as I have written. So thank you.
Nice. Oblivion damage. Cool, I'll use it.
The ritual confirmed my worst fears. Divine energy flows out of me for no reason that I can discern. I felt the power imbued within my blessing stone get wrenched away as soon as you added it to the ritual. I couldn't stop it.
You're losing divine energy? How is that possible?
To quote my own words as the warrior poet, no lock exists that the determined thief cannot open. Follow the trail of my missing energy, and try to discover the identity of the enemy Lavul's ancestor warned us about.
You think an enemy is responsible for your energy loss?
Something drains my energy. Find Archcanon Tarvis in his office, and ask if he gleaned anything useful from the ritual. If not, I know his earlier research indicated new avenues to investigate. Go where he tells you, and learn what you can. My divine energy diminishes with every passing moment, but the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of these dire circumstances until your trustworthiness had been demonstrated.
I'm not sure Archcanon Tarvis shares your assessment of me.
Yes. Well, Archcanon Tarvis has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the Tribunal. And recently, that prudence has grown 1,000-fold. He's a faithful servant, however, despite his narrow-mindedness.
So what do you mean exactly that your divine energy is being diminished?
I've always used my power freely, and without detriment. I create the blessing stones, hold the moonlit above the city, and perform 100 miracles a day to benefit my people. I begin to feel the toll this liberal application of divinity costs me.
I'm guessing the moonlit are those 3 big floating rocks. Do you think you're in danger?
I care little for my own safety, but my people are another matter. Without my power to stop it, the moonlit will crash into the city and kill hundreds, perhaps thousands of innocents. And that would be just the start of Vardenfell's woes.
You suspect the affliction isn't natural?
At first, I barely noticed the loss of energy. But as I continue to grow weaker, the more it feels like an attack against my person. Besides, the Ancestor Spirit confirmed that an ancient enemy was to blame. We just need to determine who, before... Let us not dwell on disasters to come when we have problems enough to deal with in the here and now. Consult with Archcanon Tarvis and discover the source of this attack. Then we can put an end to it and not worry about what might have been.
What does the rest of the Tribunal think about all this?
They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity.
Well, yeah.
But so far, I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexia hoards her energy and has barricaded her temple against attack. As for Sophasil...
What about Sophasil?
My brother travels. We have not heard from him for quite some time, but I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power. Funny. You always wanted to discover the limits of our divinity. Perhaps I will solve that mystery for him.
Okay. I'm invested in the storyline now, that's kind of cool. Can I just ask one more question though? What the hell is going on with your gold and blue body? It looks super weird. Or is that too rude? I guess that's too rude to ask. Oh damn, look at all those. I don't need stamina or stamina recovery. Spell damage up, spell critical down. Weapon damage up, but weapon critical down by 10%. That's not worth it. I'm not equipping that. What about you? Oh yes, I should equip you. Maybe over you. There we go. Yeah, I'm checked into the story now. First few intro quests were kind of vague and weird, but now that I know what the actual plotline is, I'm all about it. Is that the moonlit? It's kind of irresponsible to build a city directly beneath it. Oh, there's a new quest for me over there. Right, Tarvis, old buddy, old pal, old chum of mine.
I performed that ritual countless times, and it never exploded in my face before. If I discover that you sabotage the divination...
Really?
No. I shouldn't take my failure out on you. It's not your fault that things are... difficult.
By difficult, you mean Lord Vivek's loss of power? That's right, bitch, he confided in me.
How do you know about... Lord Vivek told you? Of course he did. It's his prerogative, I suppose. You must swear to keep this secret, though. There would be panic in the streets if the people believed one of the Tribunal was incapacitated.
Lord Vivek said you might need help investigating the source of the problem.
It's true. I'm much better at scholarly pursuits than field work. And the ritual wasn't a total failure. It confirmed 3 locations from my earlier studies. Balmora, Aldrin, and Barrelzar's Tower.
Why is it always free?
I need you to investigate each of these sites.
Tell me more about these locations before I head out.
I researched what I could using the resources available here in Vivec City. To learn more, I need an agent to personally assess each location. Lord Vivec thinks you're the best one for that job. I hope he's right.
Can you tell me anything about Barrelzar's Tower?
I believe the mage seen in the ritual is Barrelzar, who works out of an ancient Velothi tower. His experiments radiate energy similar to Vivec's affliction, but they're not a perfect match. Find out what he knows about the transfer of divine energy.
And what can you tell me about Balmora?
House Redoran controls the town and nearby mines.
That's where I recognize that.
House Halalu also has interests in the region. Rumors of a cult in the area concern me the most. I believe we saw a cultist during the ritual. Make discreet inquiries and see what you can learn.
What kind of a cult are we talking about? Not a worm cult, right? Because, I mean, I've just spent the last fucking, like, 20 quests dealing with those guys. I mean, just give me some other kind of cult. I'm done with those guys.
I have no idea. That's why we're sending you. I suggest you start at the inn. Secrets get spilled along with the drinks in such places. The miners may know something as well. I've heard that House Redoran has issued some kind of proclamation.
What do you know about Old Ruin, other than the fact that it sounds a lot like Old Ruin and is probably one?
Savage Ashlanders, like the one seen in the vision, use the area as a tribal meeting ground. These nomadic heretics deny the divinity of the tribunal and have no love for Vivec. But how they could be involved eludes me. See what you can uncover.
Is there anything else I should know?
I traced tendrils of Vivec's energy to these locations, and the ritual confirmed the connection before it went awry. Just don't discuss Lord Vivec's condition with anyone. We don't want to start a panic. If anything changes here, I'll contact you.
I'm super into this. Okay, so it looks like I've got 3 main side quests. Well, not side quests, but like prongs of a quest. Because I'll go to these places and then I'll have different quests regarding those places. And then they might have side quests of their own. So that's the kind of structure that this DLC is following. And of course there's more stuff up here and up there and everything. I can't promise that I'm going to continue to stream my adventures in Vardenfell, but if I mean, I'm kind of up for like streaming the first time I enter a DLC and like my first impressions of it and stuff, because it's kind of cool to have that on record. But I'm gonna head off now. I don't know if I'll keep playing this or if I'll play something else, but it's been fun, and I will see you in the next stream, whatever stream that may be. Thanks for watching.